So, yeah, I decided to play some Battlefield 1 on the Xbox One. Not quite sure why, but I had a copy lying around and I just thought I'd give it a go. And I came to realise that the experience between console and PC with this game is probably just as big as it is for other games out there. Actually, let me rephrase that. The experience between Xbox One and PC. I'll leave PS4 out of this because I haven't played Battlefield 1 on the PS4 yet, and I do have a PS4 Pro, which will be updated with another patch soon for Battlefield 1, and hopefully I should be able to get 1080p 60 FPS all of the time with the PS4 Pro, and then I'll do a video then on that. But there really is a huge difference, not only in the way the game is presented here on the Xbox One, stuff like the frame rate, the resolution, but more than that, the gameplay experience, the team play experience. It's not really what I expected, but I actually came out of the games that I played just the other day and earlier on this morning, just as happy as I did playing the game on PC, but almost in a totally different way than if I was playing on the PC. Now that's probably really confusing for you, and I should probably explain what I mean. There are some big differences I want to discuss, and you're probably going to realise what an actual console scrub I really am. Make sure you stay tuned to the end of the video today. I've got one of my 2 Christmas giveaways set up for you guys, my awesome subscribers. But now, let's get into the video. So, what are some of the biggest differences between the PC experience and the Xbox One experience then? Well, I finally got to give the world of aim assist a go in comparison to my trusty mouse, and man, it's really, really weird. I mean, without it on, I'm sure the gameplay in the background would just be utterly hideous. But I really struggled to actually get to grips with it, first of all. The way the game pulls your aim around is a very, very alien feeling for me. Normally, I can switch my mouse on my desk, do a 180-degree spin almost instantly, and not being able to do that with a console controller is extremely strange. And when you're aiming down sights and the controller's pulling your aim around for you without you having to do anything, that's really weird to get used to. It might not seem like it because the game is actually helping you, but when you're used to doing it all on your own on the PC, when somebody tries to interfere, it's really, really weird. The aim assist in Battlefield 1 would even pull my aim up and about when I wasn't aiming down the sights either, and that almost felt like a little bit of cheating. Now, luckily, DICE have patched that with the recent update that came out on Tuesday, so you now have to aim down the sights if you want the aim assist to activate, which I think is a much better system. I'm really sort of focusing on that player. He's the guy I want to go for, and it means my aim doesn't just get randomly pulled around when I'm just looking about on the battlefield. When the game first started to mess with my aim, I found it really hard to then take over from that aim assist and put my sights where I wanted them to be. As I expected to have to do all the work, I overcompensated massively with the thumbstick and ended aiming way off target, when actually all I really needed to do was just touch it a little bit to get it to go to the left or the right, and I would have probably been on target. After a few minutes or so though, I had learnt to be a little bit more gentle with the thumbstick, let the auto aim lock onto the player first, and then go for the manual aim after that, instead of just trying to go full pelt and do it all of myself. And that was a really hard thing to do. On PC, you don't get any of that kind of help, and I'm obviously used to the controls there. On a thumbstick, it's actually really difficult to play with, and when the aim assist starts to kick in, it's just like someone else is trying to help you. It's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I don't quite get that feeling, and I was overcompensating all over the place. So my first few rounds, some of the deaths must have looked hilarious to other people. I must have been aiming at the sky or something. They were clearly better than me in the first few rounds. That lack of control meant, for one thing, I needed to be much more cautious with my movements. With the sensitivity being much lower than on PC, and still trying to control all of that aim with just the tip of my thumb, as opposed to having my whole hand sitting over a mouse on the PC, I had to pick my battles a little bit more carefully. Don't engage people who are too close to me or too far away. Try and keep in that medium range. use cover more tactically perhaps than I would on the PC. There, I can utilize all of Battlefield 1's game mechanics really into one swift movement. I can fire my gun, get a kill, sprint away, slide into cover whilst reloading and paying attention to the minimap, picking my next target, finish the reload, out of cover, and off I go again. All in one movement. There was no way that was going to happen on the Xbox One. That chain of mechanics was broken up so much, and it probably resembled somebody who was playing a game for the first time with a controller. After a while, I was able to combine a couple of things together, like sliding into cover and reloading my weapon, but then I'd forget to sort of turn around and I'd just be looking at a rock, because I'd need to look at the controller to see what button I had to push next. On PC, I barely have to think about what I do. I've got the muscle memory, so I simply know what I've got to do next. I felt completely lost at some points on the Xbox One. Something else I noticed with the Xbox One version is the pacing of the gameplay is much slower in general. I played almost exclusively Rush so that I could get that forward motion with my team, keep pushing, trying to take objectives, and we're all sort of focusing on one point, rather in Conquest where lots of people are sort of running in circles and I might get stuck and killed all the time. If I was playing Rush, we were always pushing towards one objective, and I could really squad up with my teammates. But everything just felt slower in comparison to the PC experience. I'm not sure if it's because naturally a controller slows things down with analog sticks, but for me, everyone was playing a slower game than what I'd come to expect. But because everyone was playing that slower game, that actually made it easier for me to transition into a comfortable way of playing myself. My first jump into PC gaming back in 2011 with Battlefield 3 was one that really dictated I needed to be very quick, snappy and judgmental with all of my movements. I needed to move fast between cover, or someone would just snap onto me and have me shot down pretty fast. If I made a decision to run out, I needed to make sure I knew where I was going, and I better make sure I got there, because again, somebody was probably watching me and would jump onto me pretty sharpish. With the Xbox One, I made many mistakes. I'm not going to shy away from that. I'm really not a great console player. Getting stuck on cover, accidentally flicking the thumbstick upwards and looking at the sky. But even those mistakes, I felt like I could recover from those. I didn't always, but the majority of the time, because everyone else is playing in the same way, I stood a fighting chance of coming out on top. On the PC, I would have been long dead. It's all about twitch aim on PC. Make a wrong move and you're likely to be punished. Here on the Xbox One though, that didn't quite feel like it was the same thing. I'm not sure really what it was, because I don't think I've spent enough time playing the game on there to really understand it yet, but everyone felt like they were on a level playing field. If I did make a mistake, it felt like I could have got myself out of it if I was good enough. And just adding to that pacing, I felt like the Xbox One experience wasn't anywhere near as direct as it is on the PC. And what I mean by that is, people seem to take multiple routes to objectives, really using the flanks and appearing out of nowhere sometimes from a path I just didn't expect them to take. With these players being a little bit more spread out perhaps, this led to a slower progression in the game modes, and rounds of Rush would take a lot longer to actually get finished. I was totally okay with that though, because again it gave me an easier ride into the mode, and it allowed me to get my bearings, plan my next move, pick out a target, and then move on. Perhaps I can say this then about my experience with the Xbox One version of Battlefield 1. It's certainly one that's fairly easy to pick up and go with, but I would say it's definitely more forgiving than the PC version. And for me as a newcomer, that's great, because I can jump in, I can make some mistakes, but I'm going to learn quick enough how everything works in the game. Everyone's going to make mistakes, but as long as the game gives you a chance to recover from those, I think everything's fine. Overall, I still much prefer my PC version of Battlefield 1, but I spent a good 3 hours last week and some of this morning playing Battlefield 1 on the Xbox One, and I was pleasantly surprised with the experience. I'm not going to give up my 4K 60 FPS PC though to play Battlefield 1. Damn, that thing looks gorgeous. But now, it's time for that giveaway. As it's Christmas, I thought I'd give something back to you guys who've been there all year, supporting me through the launch of Battlefield 1, and who've just recently given me the opportunity to have the best job in the world and spend all of my day here making videos for you guys on YouTube. The console fans don't always get that much love on my channel, but that changes today. For this giveaway, I'm giving away a Razer Wildcat Xbox One controller and a Razer Ripsaw capture card to one of you lucky guys out there. Now, the Wildcat is a custom Xbox One controller. It's got 4 extra programmable buttons on it, so you can move some stuff around and keep those thumbs on the thumbsticks all the time. And the Ripsaw capture card will capture all of your gameplay at 1080p, 60 FPS, no problem at all. That's exactly what you need to make some good YouTube videos. If you want to be in with a chance of winning, head down into the description and click the link that takes you to a website called gleam.io. Now, I've used this before. It's the easiest way for me to run a giveaway, and it gives you guys loads of different ways that you can enter. Now, the giveaway is global. I'll send it to whoever wins, whatever place they are in the world. You guys can have it, and the giveaway will end about 72 hours after this video goes live. Get yourself locked in. Good luck to all of you, and I'll announce the winner in an upcoming video probably next week. Don't worry, PC fans, I haven't forgotten about you. Stay tuned later this week, and I'll have something cooked up for you as well. A big giveaway for all of you loyal PC players out there. So that was my experience with Battlefield 1 on the Xbox One. I've had a few offers from other YouTubers to maybe squad up with them in the near future on the Xbox One and the PS4, so maybe I could make some more console videos in the future. If that's something you guys want to see, make sure you hit that like button and let me know down in the comments. I'll make sure I hang on to that, and if you guys want it, I'll bring you some more console gameplay in the near future. But until next time, my name is Westie, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.